Alright, I'm going to do two videos, one on how to remove the front sight and change that out, and then another on how to do the bushing. It's in the same area, so you'll see some overlap in these two recordings. Now, what you're going to have to do is that little roll pin, you have to punch that out, and that not only retains the front sight, but that is also retaining the bushing right here. Now get my hammer and the appropriate size punch. See, that should work. Alright, see how this goes. Alright, make sure you catch that, don't lose it. If you're just doing the bushing, we've removed the roll pin now, and you don't have to remove the front sight like I did, because I'm replacing the front sight and the bushing. At this point now, for the bushing, I'm going to take this and go put it in the freezer, and that way that'll make the bushing easier to pop out, as well as I'm going to put my bushing in the freezer. This just makes the whole process easier. Now I'm going to use the parts that are recommended on Cajun Gun Works. Since this is a compact, so it doesn't have the larger barrel of the SP-01, I'm using a 10mm socket instead of the 11. So it's going to slide down and in, and I've got to hold it to make sure it doesn't go and ding anywhere in my slide. And then this is where it's a little tricky, because this is in a weird spot on my workbench, but you won't be able to see me hammering it with the GoPro. Got this out, condensation because it's frozen. Mine was in there like a bugger. And the normal bushing is totally ruined from that episode. Now that the factory bushing's out, I'm going to take a little bit of my shop towels and just rub around, make sure this is dry and get it cleaned off. I'm going to get some mineral oil in there, or not mineral oil, excuse me, some moly oil. So, should be nice and clean. So now, the sight roll pin will go right there. You'll see there's a notch in the bushing up along in here, and that's going to be something you want to have lined up right here as it goes in. So do the really tight fit. I'm going to have to hammer this off the camera again, kind of like when I was hammering out the bushing. So this one's not just sliding in easily, and I can't hammer with the camera for me. By setting this upwards like such, and then I used a block of wood. You can see there the marks are pounded into it from there probably. Set it right here, and then use the hammer. Have this old hammer laying around, and that successfully put this into place. Remember, the slide had been frozen, so I could pop the old one out a little easier, and on this one it still was a little bit of a pain, and then the bushing was frozen, and you can see that it slid right back in. So now I just gotta get the front sight installed. Now again, reminder for the bushing, that's it, you're done. If you left your front sight in, now all you have to do is reinstall the front sight roll pin here, and you will be set to go.